Here's something that jumped out at me as I reviewed the material. Mike McQueary filed a whistleblower suit against Penn State, but nowhere in that suit did he allege that he was told to or in any way coerced to be quiet about what he told Paterno or to not say anything to anybody else. If, in fact, that had occurred, why wouldn't you cite that? Because that would bolster your case.
It didn't happen. And that's the bottom line here. It didn't happen. There was no attempt at a cover-up. There's no attempt at bad publicity. You make the point. Why would Joe Paterno fear bad publicity? And let's take the most, again, compromised view that he's an amoral man. You would certainly calculate that if you went ahead and reported it, it's not going to devastate this program. The whole premise is false here, that somehow there was a motive to prevent bad publicity, that he would put his entire life, his family name forever, his program, the university loved, at risk for this. It does not add up, and the facts don't support it.
If it were reported in 2001, if Joe Paterno were to have said, Wick, in 2001, we'll let the justice system play itself out. We're making no judgment. But we're aware of at least a couple of things which trouble us regarding Jerry Sandusky. So although he is no longer a member of the coaching staff, we're revoking any privileges he has in terms of using university facilities, blah, 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 tickets to football games, et cetera, et cetera. We are cutting ties with him. And beyond that, we have no further comment. I don't see how in the world that would have hurt Paterno's reputation. In fact, in the long run, it probably would have helped it.
I think that's true, but the fact is that Joe Paterno reported it as appropriate to people he trusted. He knew that the top people in the university were looking into it, and they drew the conclusions they drew. So, there's no instance where Joe Paterno ever asked anybody not to fully investigate, not to report, not to do the right thing. And we know that from conversations with the lawyers for the other key protagonists in this matter. And across the board, Joe Paterno did what he thought was right with the information he had at the time.
Fair to say minimally what he thought was right.
Well, just on that one point, again, Jim Clemente, the reason we mention him, former FBI profiler, was the lead figure at the FBI in investigating these cases, had investigated 1,000 child predators, and is a victim of sex abuse himself. He didn't want to be involved in this case.